There's a nice shot of the castle on the other side of the river. We'll probably go there sometime this week. Not exactly sure when. It's very hot here, so we're just taking it easy. Here's the Statue of Liberation, November 13th, 1944. It's got a red star on black, so liberation by the communist factions. These statues are really big. Yeah, it's very monumental. Here's a lion at the foot of the bridge, entrance to the bridge. And it commemorates doesn't have a date, but it's a commemoration. There's the mating line across the street. The bridge. Downtown. We're crossing the old stone bridge. This goes over to the Turkish Quarter. Yeah, a lot of renovation. That looks like the
archaeology.
Yeah, that's right, the archaeology. And this is the Flight Museum. We'll probably go there. Yeah. There's the fort. More statues. We ran into a native who is a little disturbed by the architecture of the city. He says there's too many statues. He's a student of art history.
Architecture, art history. It's just a big jumble. Monuments. They just throw them around everywhere. No concept of design.
No, he wants more of a planned concept. Well, you know, from an outsider, it kind of defines the city in a way. Statues are great.
You can swim here.
Oh, here's the city beach.
This is the beach?
I think they call it that. You could
get in the water?
Get in the water, or you can
shower.
Or you can just sunbathe. But it's not much of a
There's all
beach.
this under construction.
Apparently they're constructing part of the beach on the other side. More statues. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of construction.
There's a purpose guy, there's an anchor, there's horses coming out of the fountain.
Yeah. We have horses out of the fountain. Who's the big guy? That's not Alexander. Again with Alexander. course, being born here, I don't know, they have a lot of construction. Yeah, if we came here another 5 years, all of this would be finished, built up.
Look, and then there's women and babies and another. There's lions over here.
Here's some lions. Statues. It may not be planned, but it's kind of cute in a way. Woman with baby. They probably had some money somewhere to build fountains and statues, so they went ahead and spent it. Trisha doesn't like this statue. They're building a Holocaust memorial here. Yeah, because a lot of Jewish citizens were deported and executed. Actually, Bulgaria controlled this during World War II. He's a warrior. Ah, here comes the show. Don't know who he is. Whoop. Pre-programmed fountain show. With the spray on the bottom at the end. We have a monument to the saints. And then, see that cross on the hill up there? We'll probably do that tomorrow. There's a gondola that goes up there. So we got the saints, and we have the horses over here. Sure that's going to be programmed to shoot up in a second. Ah, here it is. Here's the spray. And that's the Museum of Flight, which we're going to go in. Can't pass up a Museum of Flight. No way. Yeah, here's our fountain. Nice horse fountain, but it's no Alexander program. Nice and cool though. There's a cherry wood cannon with a cat. The cherry wood cannons were cannons made out of cherry wood, but they were made to shoot once and to make a big noise. Yeah, so they would think they had cannons. This turned out to be not a flight museum.
History of Independence.
Yeah, the history of independence of Macedonia. It was very interesting. We had a personal tour for about, what, an hour and a half. She was very good. There was only two of us.
It's very historic.
And the guide was excellent. Yeah, it's very historical. It was.
Like being in school.
It was, but I thought it was really interesting. Macedonia's had a turbulent past because they're in the middle of the Balkans, and
everybody grabs them now and then.
yeah, everybody wants a piece. Everyone wants a piece. The same with Belgrade and Serbia, and the Turks ruled this area for about 500 years. So there was a lot of fighting against the Turks. Finally, the Balkans in general had civil wars and liberated themselves from the Ottoman Empire. And then, of course, they had World War I, Balkan Wars.
1912, they had a Balkan War.
And then they had, they were controlled by Serbia and Greece, and one after another they were split apart. And then World War II, after World War II, they became part of Yugoslavia and were ruled from 1944 until 1991 by essentially a communist regime. Although the worst communist was from 1944 to 1956. That's when Russia and Yugoslavia was really repressive. All the intellectuals were imprisoned and murdered. And after 1956, Tito became more liberalized. He wanted to get along with the Western powers. So after that, it wasn't too bad. But then in '89, when Yugoslavia essentially, the whole Russian Soviet Union kind of collapsed, and then Serbia and Croatia were fighting, and Macedonia decided to try to exit the whole thing peacefully. So they had an agreement with Yugoslavia that we're going to have a peaceful separation. Yeah, and Yugoslavia was too busy fighting Serbia. So Yugoslavia said, okay, go ahead, go. You guys could go. Go on your way. So that was it. In 1991, they celebrated their 20-year independence anniversary a couple of years ago. Yeah. Very interesting.
Okay, now we're going into...
Yes, now we're going into the Turkish Quarter. Like I say, they had 500 years of rule from Turkey, so there's a lot of Turkish influence. It's kind of the old town area on the other side of the river. Have cafes. There's some cafes down there if you want to go. Narrow streets. It's kind of middle of the heat of the day. Half of these places are closed. They probably open up later. Alright, here's a mosque.
And so far postcards that aren't in the sun.
You could just, yeah. A lot of gold here. It's all this kind of medallion style here. Now we're in the real Turkish market. This looks like the shoe section. There's shoes. It's like a giant dollar store back there. We're in a nice little cafe by a fountain, cool us off. It's under a tree, it's great. The trees are wonderful. They just cool everything down on a hot day. It's a little Turkish cafe. Oh yeah, I got an omelet with hard cheese. Trisha ordered yogurt. And nothing. And a bottle of water. We're next to a mosque here. Here's the public beach, but it's by the river. People get wet under the showers and just sit in the sun. Palm trees and cafes. So you could step down into the water, but mostly people get wet under the showers and sit in the sun. The leader from people of the Great Uprising, executed in the stone bridge in 1689. There's Alexander and the cross and the flag, but you can't see the flag because it's not waving too well.